We are going to go ahead and call the Budget and Finance Committee meeting to order. We have several items on the agenda. The first of which is RS 2012-429. I'm sorry. Thank you. No problem, Councilman. Approves the line of credit arrangement between the Sports Authority and First Tennessee Bank for capital improvements to the Bridgestone Arena. Approves a loan agreement between the Metro government and the Sports Authority and authorizes Metro to enter into a subordination agreement with the bank. And there is a proposed amendment to this as well. It's been properly moved. We do need to move the amendment first. It's been moved. The amendment's been moved. Seconded. Do we have any questions or discussions on the amendment? John, could you explain the amendment, please?
The amendment makes a couple changes to the agreements themselves. It deletes the provisions that would potentially trigger a default because of the NHL lockout that's currently going on. And it adds a provision that in the event the 2012-2013 hockey season is a total, is canceled completely, then the bank may require the Sports Authority to draw down the full $2 million from Metro, which would be paid to the bank. But that's only if there is no hockey played this season.
All right. Are there any questions in regards to the amendment? All those in favor? All opposed? The amendment passes. Now could I entertain a motion on the resolution? It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion on the resolution itself? Councilman Tiger, you were in the queue. Okay. Any other? All right. All in favor? All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-434, sponsors Moore Matthews, approves an application for a grant of $25,000 from Bloomberg Philanthropies to the Mayor's Office for home energy retrofits in the Chestnut Hill community. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-435, sponsors Bennett and Matthews, approves a grant of $67,000 from the Tennessee Administrative Office of the Courts to the State Trial Courts for interpreter services for indigent defendants with limited English proficiency. Second. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-436, sponsors Matthews, approves an application for a grant of $19,256 from the March of Dimes Birth Defects Foundation to the Metro Community Education Commission to offer, is that perinatal? It's supposed to be perinatal care classes. Second. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-437, sponsor Matthews, approves an annual state grant of $178,600 to the Davidson County Sheriff's Office for litter and trash pickup along roads and highways and for litter prevention education. Been properly moved and seconded. Councilman Tiger.
Yes, could we get an explanation of what some of the 53.5 for litter prevention and recycling, how that is used?
Anyone from the Sheriff's Department would like to?
Hello, John Taylor. Again, Councilman, the question?
The 53.5 that is designated for litter prevention and recycling programs or what, recycling education. Can you give us some specific examples of what that means?
That's the programs we still work with now under Public Works in their beautification area. Then any of the recycling we do goes back through Public Works, and any monies that come through it go to the general fund.
is that like the Saturday drop-off where you occasionally have contests and awards and thank people and do that kind of stuff? But
Yes, sir.
are there, I mean, I'm familiar with that one. That's the only thing that came to mind is, litter recycling education program. Is that
That's pretty much it on our end.
okay.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-438, sponsors Moore Matthews, approves an application for a grant of $43,000 from the Tennessee Civil War National Heritage Area to the Metro Historical Commission to complete a historic structure report for Fort Negley.
Move approval.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-439, sponsors Matthews and Claiborne, approves an application for a state grant of $58,000 to the Metro Historical Commission to revise and improve the local design review process.
Move approval.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-440, sponsors Matthews and Claiborne, approves an application for a grant of $19,000 from the Tennessee Civil War National Heritage Area to the Metro Historical Commission to print brochures that tell Nashville's Civil War story.
Move approval.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Councilman Tiger, you already on.
Yeah, this sounds pretty intriguing. I'm sure there's some civic organizations and neighborhood groups that are always looking for speakers on interesting topics, and I'd like to hear from Historical Commission or whoever if there will be outreach programs to go out in communities and talk about this topic and these brochures through the eyes of 10 people.
Right.
Actually, there will be, as a part of this grant, as our match, we'll be doing a six lecture series over the beginning of next year, if we receive the grant, just to talk about the Civil War story at different historic sites. We're partnering on this grant with a number of other institutions in the county, from Lipscomb University, Trevecca University, MTSU, and a number of the historic sites, including Belmead Mansion, Travelers Rest Mansion, and the Hermitage. So together we'll be doing a lecture series. It'll be over 6 months, 6 different lectures about different aspects of the war.
Right. Thank you very much. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-441, sponsors Gilmore and Westerholm, approves an amendment to an agreement between the State Department of Transportation and Metro Public Works for improvement to Korean Veterans Boulevard by extending the project completion date from October 1st, 2012 to October 1st, 2017. Been properly moved and seconded. Councilman Tiger.
Why the extension? Other than, obviously, 2012 is here, but why 5 years, I guess, is my question.
Is there anyone from Public Works that could address that?
Billy Davis, Public Works Engineering Division. Council must extend it so that we'll have time to close out all phases of the project, plus close out the property acquisition phase.
Is that a realistic number, or do you hope to be done quicker than that?
We hope it'll be done quicker than that, but we're working with TDOT because they acquired the right-of-way in the Attorney General's office.
Well, that's what I wanted to hear, that when we open the Music City Center and the tourists start pouring in, that we don't have a bunch of bulldozers.
Yeah.
You want your mic, Rich?
But the road itself is expected to be done early next year, is that right, Billy?
Be done about the first of the year.
By the first of the
final
year, yeah.
completion in March.
So this is just the contractual compliance, getting all the property issues resolved with the landowners.
Let the lawyers turn some billable hours.
Pretty much it, yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-442, sponsor Matthews, authorizes the Department of Law to compromise and settle the personal injury claim of Latanya Davison against the Metropolitan Government in the amount of $15,000. Been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Councilman Tiger?
Once again, for our law department, why is the pain and suffering that we're paying out greater than the amount of the repairs and medical bills?
Because if this went to court, it would be substantially more than the amount that we are offering to pay.
All right, turn the shoes on the other foot, and a Metro government employee is hit by a private citizen. Does the Metro government receive pain and suffering from our end?
The private citizen would have the right to seek pain and suffering, but not the metropolitan government, because the government's not suffering. The government could seek subrogation for the expenses that it may have paid out for work that was missed or for medical expenses.
And do we know how often our employees seek the pain and suffering?
Councilman, really, I don't know that we have any figures as to how often a Metro employee files an individual lawsuit.
More often or less often?
I would imagine we do more hitting than we do getting hit.
Okay, and compared to other cities, other municipalities, is this figure comparable in the same range as what our counterparts, both Middle Tennessee and those other cities that we compare ourselves against? Is Tennessee law different from other parts of the country that this pain and suffering issue come into play?
I don't know that I've ever compared it to other cities in other areas. It has long been a kind of a standard that if you can prove liability, a plaintiff's lawyer will always look to at least 3 times the amount of recovery or of the special damages. So honestly, if we have a situation whereby all sides can go ahead and conclude things, get it timely resolved for less than that, when there's clear liability, it's to our advantage to go ahead and settle the matter.
Heaven forbid I ever in an accident, but if I am, I hope it's not with an uninsured motorist. I hope it's with Metro government. Thank you.
That requires no comment.
All right, Councilman Tiger. Are there any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-443, sponsors Matthews, authorizes the Department of Law to compromise and settle the personal injury claim of Sonia West against the Metropolitan Government in the amount of $22,500. It's been properly moved. Do I have a second? Second. Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? Resolution passes. RS 2012-444, sponsors Matthews, authorizes the Department of Law to compromise and settle the property damage claim of Wolf Tree Incorporated against the Metropolitan Government in the amount of $83,000. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Resolution passes. BL 2012-256, sponsors Bettany, Gilmore, and Matthews, authorizes the exchange of property for use by the Department of Parks and Recreation. Second. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? Bill passes. BL 2012-257, sponsors Matthews and Jernigan, amends the stormwater provisions in the Metro Code to allow existing commercial or industrial facilities within the floodway of the Cumberland River to be modified or enlarged. Been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Hold just one second. Council Lady?
Thank you, Chair. Just a quick question on this. What's the budget component of this? Why is this before us in Budget and Finance?
257.
It does not have a budgetary impact on Metro. I mean, this is really more for the benefit of private property owners seeking to expand their facilities that are within the floodway.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Bill passes. BL 2012-259, sponsors Jernigan and Potts, abandons the Metro Water Services pumping station and the associated easement located at 801 Stoner Mill Lane. Nope, don't have a letter. Yeah, we'll have to defer that one by rule. We do not have a letter from the sponsors, either of the sponsors. BL 2012-260, sponsors Jernigan, Matthews, and Potts, authorizes the acquisition of utility easements for properties located at 3009 Darrington Road and Chandler Road, unnumbered, at an acquisition cost of $20,000. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Bill passes. And there's a late file resolution. Sponsors are Matthews and Bennett. Approves an agreement between the U.S. Department of Justice, Drug Enforcement Administration, and the Metro Police Department to provide police assistance to the Middle Tennessee Enforcement Task Force. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? Resolution passes, I'm sorry. And that completes our agenda for today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.